What is going on, guys? Jacob Bardotti here, back for another vlog, and today what we're going to be doing is an oil change on the Mustang GT. Now, the biggest thing you can do to take care of an engine is to do some good oil changes. That way you just protect it from wear and tear, and especially on a performance engine, you rev it out a little bit longer than like your daily driver. So having a nice lubricant in your engine is going to be the best thing for it. Now for me, what I did is I went ahead and went with AMSOIL OE series. I mean, it's just basically their OEM version of synthetic oil. Now AMSOIL is actually the first ever to come out with synthetic oil, I believe, so this is pretty cool. And another thing too is I have some transmission fluid. So back over here I have some manual synchro mesh fluid. It's called the MT82 Cocktail. Ben Callimer, who is a big like MT82 builder and stuff like that for the Mustangs, he recommends this cocktail, so I went ahead and bought this. I have a little bit of notchiness whenever I shift, but I don't know if that's because I have a stock shifter or it's because of the fluid. I guess we'll find out. It's always good to change your fluid. Since I bought this car used and I don't know when the last fluid change was, I might as well do it anyways as like a precautionary thing. What I've already done is gone ahead and put the Mustang up on blocks. Because it is lowered, you do have to put it up on blocks to reach a jack under there, and I'll go ahead and put it on a jack stand. I kind of warmed up the engine just to get the oil cycled, you know how you normally do with the oil change. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put it up on jack stands and see if we can get this thing going. Another thing too is if you're doing the transmission fluid, you'll need one of these bad boys, because where I'll show you where it's at is it's a little bit difficult to try to pour into it, so you definitely need to get a pump. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is try something a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a GoPro on my head and just show you guys a little point of view action.
That was kinky. Point of view?
Woo! All right, let's throw on the GoPro. We're ready. Yeah, slowly. All right, it's on it. What in the heck? Freaking pine tree.
Dude, that's like the size we were using the other day for... Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, you better slip it off quick.
Who the frick? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, man. Oh, you got it all over your hand. You don't know how to do it.
So draining it out now, nice and black. But the good thing is it's not coffee colored, because then you have coolant or fuel, right? Let's check this. Yep, that looks good. The oil filter is such a pain on here. It's like underneath this tray, and then it's like a mess over here. All right, so now we have these to get to the oil filter. I wish I had a creeper. All right, so this thing just kind of dangles. Oh yeah, this is about to be a mess. So we're gonna put this back. Definitely want to do that by hand, or else you will strip it, so be careful with that. There we go. That's good. Now we have this bad boy, which is kind of a pain the way Ford does this. All right, so Oscar says if you use this bag and cover it while you're twisting it, it'll catch all the oil, which might work. So we're gonna give that a shot.
If you know how to place the bag.
Well, I'm just gonna place it around it and hope to Jesus. Let me just break this loose first, because this is He-Man on. Ah, this thing is so on there. Oh, it's spinning, babe. Ah. Whew. Now I have it spinning, we're gonna put the bag around it, and it's angled, and we're just gonna see how this works. Okay, we got a couple of drip skis, but I think we made it out decently. So now that's off. Oh yeah, just a couple drips, that's not bad. Just like one right here, a little on that little piece of plastic we can wipe off. Easy. So I have this Wix filter right here. Gonna go ahead and use this one and pull out the oil.
Probably losing brain cells smelling this, huh?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why you drive a V6. Go ahead and install this bad boy. There we go. Get it tight enough to where I could take it off again. All right, it's hand tight. So since I have a JLT catch can right here to get all the, this thing doesn't even work. To get all the fluid that gets bypassed into the heads, you just gotta empty this out. I don't know when the last time it was emptied, but I guess it'd be kind of cool to keep an eye on it now. Oh, nice. And the light went in there. How did that slip like that? Oh, fuck, that hurt my fucking knuckles, dude.
Did you pop it open enough?
Yeah, but my knuckles hurt so bad. The damage is on the light. That's not too bad. All right, so after using a nice little extension there, we got it loose. It should just come out by hand.
Is it gonna spill?
No.
You do that?
Oh, it does spill.
I told you.
Oh no. All right, so a minor spill.
You can do it.
Oh my God.
You need the pipe?
Yeah. All right.
That was it?
Yeah. It's just, you try to do it with an Allen key.
I don't know how you busted your knuckles, son.
Because I pushed up and punched the transmission.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, see? I didn't think it was going to leak, but... Yeah, it did.
Oh, wait, we're not level.
We're going to let this just drain itself out. Then I'm going to clean up the fill, clean up the spill.
The entire garage, buy a new house.
And then we're going to go figure out the mix of the cocktail, and then we're going to pump it in. So the Ben Callimer cocktail is 2 quarts of MTF and 0.7 of MTG. So
you're not using the full quart.
So manual transmission and gear, and then MTF. All right, so my GoPro actually just died, and I used that on my head to show you guys a little POV action, but right now we're going and doing the transmission fluid, so we're just figuring out the mix there, and I'm sure you guys kind of saw that. If you guys like that angle, and I should get another battery because the battery died, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll definitely invest and get a couple of batteries so that way it never dies on me. The mix that we found is it's gonna be 2 of the manual transmission fluid, and then 0.7 of the manual transmission and transaxle gear lube. So that's the Ben Callimer mix. So I broke my knuckle basically trying to open up the transmission like drain bolt. So be careful you're doing that. Also, the fill bolt actually does drain out fluid if you're up in the air like I am. It's not level. So I don't know, every video I saw before this said it didn't, but mine drained all over me or mine was overfilled. I don't know. So we're just gonna start off with the 2 orange top ones, and we're gonna use this basically fluid pump, and you just squirt it on in there, just like you would use hand soap or something like that. Now we have the transmission fluid in there. This pump works beautifully. I mean, I guess if I just jacked it up a little bit higher, it would have been a lot easier to use. So let that be a lesson learned from me, but definitely go ahead and jack the car up a little bit more, just so that way you have more work room in there. I don't want to say like super wide shoulders, but I have pretty wide shoulders, and it definitely made it a lot more difficult. But also I had my friend Oscar. We're just gonna clean up a little bit. After that, we're gonna drop the car down, let it warm up, check the fluid level, and then go take it for a test drive, and I'll see if the transmission, you know, shifting and all that got a lot smoother. All right, so now the car is on the ground, and I can already tell just by kind of rowing through the gears a little bit while I had it idle to check the oil like level, it feels like a lot smoother. So I don't want to exaggerate, but it is kind of like going from like water to syrup, like pancake syrup. It just feels like a lot thicker and stuff like that, and maybe because it's cold and not warmed up yet, or just because the old fluid might have been worn out. I don't know. What I'm gonna go do right now is go drive it around. My friend Gio, he's done this before. He said you wanna row through all your gears. So I'm just gonna go find like an empty road and go 1 through 6 and just kinda go around the block and row through the gears basically. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to run with the map lights on. Feels pretty normal so far. Ooh, that's butter. Okay, yeah, that does feel pretty good. Alright, so that's all 6 right there. Feels pretty good. Downshifting feels smooth. Upshifting feels pretty smooth. Yeah, overall, I mean, for the price it is, it's just good like peace of mind, and I think it definitely makes a difference. Ooh, she feels good. Do a little freeway pull, probably roll down the windows because I'm sweating. It still feels like it's 95 degrees outside. Sorry if there's wind noise. So I just got back from my test drive. Like I said, I would highly recommend doing this fluid change. I don't think there's any downsides to it. If you have the money, go ahead and splurge and get the AMSOIL stuff. I'm sure the Signature series is even better, but their OE stuff is already way better than what Ford offers. So I would just go with that. I'd also really recommend having a couple buddies help you out. It is something you could do yourself, but definitely having a buddy like Oscar is super helpful. He was able to hand me things like tools and stuff like that, and it just made the job go a lot easier. Obviously too, if you had a lift, this thing would be easy, super easy. Half the time was just jacking up the car and working with being under it. I mean, if I had everything on my eye height, we'd be done in like 20 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. So if you guys enjoyed, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.